Hello and welcome to our continuing Australian Open coverage. Week 1 is in the bag. We're headed into week 2. Joining us now is Alex from Need for Tips. We've got Taif and we've got Whale Kappa here, ready to give some round 16 picks. How's it going, everybody?
Fantastic. Beautiful Sunday here in California. How about you guys?
I can see you're getting good weather. You're about one of the only places in the world, I think, right now that's got like great weather. Alex, I know you're not so lucky with yours.
Yeah, unfortunately, also my wife and my little child are with fever and stuff because of the bad weather. We have it's very cold here and snowing, but me, I'm taking a lot of vitamins lately from my lemons, so I'm going good. Hopefully, I will not take anything from them. And going on with the Australian Open. By the way, we are killing it. All of us.
I know you are, Alex. This is going to get to my next question. Congratulations, Taif. I don't know fully your record, but I do because I've spoken with Whale Kappa and Alex last week, and you guys are killing it. Starting with you, Alex. What is your record so far?
I just have a record from the last 2 days when I said to you that the fun begins. First and second round were just like that to get in touch with the tournament. After that, I went 3 from 3 yesterday, 5 with 2 days ago, and waiting for some great winning tips also from this night or today. Depends where you are from.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. And also Whale Kappa, because I know, we've spoken about how hard for the Australian Open. It's the first Grand Slam. We've got injuries. We don't know how players go, but it doesn't seem to be phasing you guys. How are you doing, Whale Kappa? Because I know the tips you gave on the show came in.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked with how it's gone so far. It's the women's draw. I mean, I'm holding Kerber at 20-1, Svitolina at 16-1, and Waz at 12-1. And it looks like, I mean, barring something crazy, I'm knocking on wood as I'm speaking here, but barring something crazy, that's potentially, Waz and Svitolina look like they're on a collision course to meet in the semifinals, which would be outstanding. And if Kerber can get there on the other side, and I can get a feet up, no risk women's final with Kerber versus Svitolina or Kerber versus Waz, I'm gonna be loving life next week. So
I bet.
Yeah.
And I've got, just reading a couple of comments, I've got Dalo4 here, freestyle, Fakiri, Kerber to take it all. Right now, is Kerber your lean here to take it all?
I actually think Waz has got the momentum right now. Kerber obviously is on an amazing winning streak coming off of having won Sydney before heading to Melbourne. And I'm, and she's clearly back on form. I would be concerned, I guess, if she goes up against Madison Keys, who hasn't dropped a set yet in Australian Open play. She looks quite sharp. That'll be a tough matchup. And then Kerber will have to go through presumably Halep or Pliskova, whoever comes out of the top half of the draw. I think Waz really that match against Jenna Fett where she pulled it out, from the brink of elimination. I think that really lit a fire under her, and she's got the focus and the chops to get it done this week. I would lean Waz if I had to make a single pick on who I think goes from here.
All right, so you're leaning Waz. What about you, Taif? Who are you leaning right now to take it all?
Well, I'm not doing too shabby myself, even though it was one show and one pick, but that's still 100%, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, listen, Kerber, let her get through Sue today, and we'll see what happens, because, that's a big if. But like I said yesterday, this is anyone's tournament, literally, on the women's side. So, you take your pick, Osaka, Keys, Garcia, Kerber, Pliskova. They all have, whoever's got that belief, like I said, it's all about the belief. Stepping on that court, believing you're going to win the match, and you can win. So as far as the women go, this is it's anyone's game.
Yeah, and it's tennis is very much mental as well as it is physical, and we know Simona Halep often suffers from the mental. Alex, I know she's coming up soon. I know, right now as well, she's got an ankle injury. Can she make it all the way, or is she about to bow out with the next match?
Listen, I will cheer for her, of course. I will wake up in the morning with my coffee, watching Halep versus Osaka, but my tips are against her. I have Osaka plus 1.5 on the Asian handicap sets, and I have Osaka as a straight bet at. I took it yesterday at 3, but the lines dropped, and I have her at 2.8 right now. I still think that there is a lot of value there because not only with her ankle injury, but today, for example, Halep didn't made was not
Practice?
out on practice. Yeah, no practice for her because she's been on court 3.5 hours yesterday, 48 games against Lauren Davis, a long match, exhausting match, and I don't think that she will be able to recover and control her moves against a really strong Osaka, great server, great hitter, great puncher, incredible. If Osaka will not make unforced errors as she usually makes in the important matches, Osaka all the way. Hopefully, this is how it goes. Of course, if Halep will win, nobody will get upset. I will be, from one point, I will be happy because I will win money.
Cash poor, but heart happy.
Exactly.
Yeah. What about you, Well Kappa? Are you betting against Halep in that
I'm
match?
not actually. I kind of, and maybe that was some good perspective from Alex. So I'm going to have to give this some more thought before I finalize my pick here. But when I was looking through the lines in preparation for this chat, I thought there was line value in Halep. I thought people probably over. I mean, she's so fit. She's she's if not the best. She's one of the best runners on tour. She's got the type of game that I don't think Osaka's going to be able to just power her off the court. She'll be able to find returns, and if she can, if she can generate the, kind of longer rallies and keep making Osaka make tough decisions in play, she'll draw some unforced errors from her. And I thought there was probably line value on Halep, but I didn't know that she didn't practice yesterday. And that can go both ways. Maybe she needed a day off to get fully recovered. The match against Lauren Davis, I watched almost every point of that, especially that third set. It was phenomenally entertaining. The back and forth was just very dramatic and exciting. And Lauren Davis to me is the type of player that I would be more concerned about if I'm a Halep backer than Osaka. Personally.
Do you agree, well, Kapper, that if Lauren Davis was playing with any single Kerber, whatever player in top 10, he would win that match? This is what I think.
Yes, I do. I think she was peaking that day, that she had her absolute best game. Halep was able to, just hang tough, and she had 3 chances to serve out the match and missed all 3, and it felt like, I can't believe this is how she's going to go out, and she managed to pull it out in the end. It was great tennis, great drama, and I'm hopeful Halep bounces back, and I'll probably include her in a money line parlay today with something else in the -200, -150 range to try to get to plus odds, and that'll probably be one of my plays unless I hear more about her physical condition deteriorating after that Lauren Davis match.
Yeah, something to consider there. What about you, Ty? Are you backing Halep or are you posing her like Alex?
I seriously question her fitness. I mean, I agree with the tactical and the ability aspect that Whale just outlined of how the match should play out, but I don't think she's fit. She was showing from her body language in that third set. She had some maybe groin or some kind of definite lower body and injury there. Something's wrong with her leg for sure. Whether or not she recovered is a different question. She did have a whole day yesterday, but it's very difficult, and none of her matches were pretty much straight. What was the one before Lauren Davis? I forget. Who did she play? Let me see real fast.
Who do you think? Halep?
Yeah.
Before Lauren Davis, she played with Bouchard 2-0.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 6-2, 6-2 with Bouchard.
Yeah, it's a win.
And then before that, let's see.
After the straight sets in both of them, she went with Ayava.
Oh yeah, Destiny Ayava. She played a tight first set there. Okay. Yeah, thing is, Osaka, she hasn't dropped a single set yet. So she has her confidence. Is this going to be a night match or day match? Does anyone know?
Night match. Nice session.
Oh, okay, night match now. This is gonna be a different story now. I like Osaka even more now, knowing that it's a night match.
Okay,
she does it. She's had the few and far between opportunities to play in the biggest stages in tennis. This is going to be just an electric atmosphere. Rod Laver at night. I think she's going to be up for it. I think she's going to smash Halep, to be honest.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
There we go. Two for Osaka. We've also got Joao Almeida saying Osaka win is a good approach. Well, 2 out of 3 is saying yes, if you want to go by
If you want to go,
look, I want to make it clear. By no means am I going to endorse people to bet this match.
You're feeling the pressure.
No, we
welcome to our life.
You like Osaka 2-0. That's your
but the way I see the
You're
odds,
on camera now. There's no turning back.
Yeah, well, listen. The way I see the odds, I mean, Halep shouldn't be this big a favorite, not in the physical condition she's in. That's for sure. And in the form that Osaka's in right now, she shouldn't be that underdog. So the value is all with Osaka. There's no use in playing. It's Osaka or pass if you're going to.
If you want to play more conservative, take it as I did. Osaka plus 1.5 sets Asian handicap. I think that you will be able to get at least one set from Halep.
Yeah, no, my play on this game is on the +4. I took her on the game handicap +4. I think it's 1.7 right now, which is decent odds. So basically, we're not even asking her to win the match, just, have a respectable showing. And you should be able to hit that +4.
We're not asking her. That's nice. Just another, we've got Dalo for joining us. And he's a regular commenter on our soccer show. So great to see his name pop up there. And he says, Mertens dark horse, Mertens to beat Svitolina in 3. And then Alex replied to that like, no.
Yeah, that's...
What are your thoughts on that, Whale?
I love Svitolina as a fan. She's probably my favorite player. She's on another level than Mertens right now. Mertens was lucky, I felt like, to close out that second set against
Martic.
Martic yesterday, and I mean I have a great respect for what Mertens was able to do. Getting to this level of a major is pretty impressive. But Svitolina, I would be surprised if she drops a set versus Mertens.
She has no weapons whatsoever to threaten.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, Alex, why do you say no?
I don't think that Svitolina will have any problem against Mertens in this one. Svitolina, as Will Capper said, is at another level. She's, I don't know, she has everything to win the tournament, not only to beat Mertens. If she was playing against Kerber or something like that, it was another discussion. But against Mertens, come on.
Yeah.
All right. And over on the men's side, obviously, it seems to be a little bit more predictable. Is everyone's favorite. Roger Federer still, he's dropping slightly. I think he was like 2.8, 2.9 yesterday. He's 2.7 now. For those who have not bet on Federer to win, is there still value there at 2.7, Well Kappa?
So it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out on the top half, on the third quarter, I guess. If somehow, some way, Chung or team can stop Djokovic, then Federer should be much. The odds will drop. Will drop incredibly. Like you'll wake up and it'll be like 1.7 or 1.5 or something.
No, because it's also Nadal on the other side.
So Nadal, I say that because I don't know that Nadal gets there personally. I think Cilic is going to give him a tough time. I think if Nadal gets by Cilic, I think Dimitrov can get some revenge from the 5-set loss he had in the semifinals to Nadal last year. Nadal's game looked not sharp yesterday against Schwartzman. And granted, Schwartzman's a strong returner. He's a frustrating player to play. Nadal was getting frustrated. You could kind of tell he was, uncomfortable a little bit, especially in that second set. He had 3 opportunities to just kind of ride it out on his serve, and he couldn't hold serve, and loses the tiebreak. His game's not. It didn't look sharp, and that was after 3 matches of just absolutely stomping his competition. So it's tough to say that he can't regain the form he had looking at, earlier in the tournament. But I do think that you're starting to see some cracks from Nadal. Federer, and I guess the only wrinkle I have, on the men's side is I think the way that the schedule plays out, the bottom half will not have an extra day rest before the final. They play the top half semifinal, then they have the next day the bottom half semifinal, and then the final is the day after the bottom half semifinal. I believe there's not an extra day rest. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. The first quarterfinalists will have 1 extra day of resting.
So that'll be an interesting kind of wrinkle to see if that kind of limits whoever comes out of the bottom half. If it's Federer, if it's Djokovic, but it's I still think you're going to see some big opportunity for the Federer number to come down here. And if we see a Dimitrov Federer final, I would expect to see Federer something like -3 or -400 probably. Depending on how he looks in the quarterfinals and semifinals, I guess.
Okay, just got a couple of questions now. From one we've got. Hang on a sec, I just lost it. So Data4 again says Keys and Garcia over 2.5 sets and over on games total. Anybody got any thoughts on that match?
I think that one's a 50-50. I was surprised to see Keys as much a favorite as she is. Garcia's, is a competitor. The over is a darn decent play. I think you could even see the games over getting there if it doesn't go 3 sets, because I would expect a first set tiebreak potentially in this one. So it's going to be an interesting match. These two have faced each other twice, I believe. Once in Fed Cup play where Garcia won. That was a couple years ago, and then 2016 they played in Wuhan, and Keys got the better of Garcia 2-0. But both had long, deep first sets, I believe, and I could see this one being like whoever wins the tiebreak in the first set has the upper hand and either takes it in 2 or takes it in 3.
What I think is that Garcia had tougher opponents than Madison Keys. Madison Keys played against Bogdan, Alexandrova, and Wang 2-0 each time, straight sets. Garcia had a tougher draw with Sashnovic, with Withoff. From my point of view, both of them are better than Madison Keys opponents. And I would take a shot with Garcia to win at 2.37 right now, 2.45, depends on what bookies you are betting.
All right, what about you, Taif?
Yeah, my initial lean was definitely towards the over 21 in this game. It makes complete sense. Keys isn't exactly the best return, doesn't have the best return game. And Garcia has been solid as a rock, ever since the end of last year. So you should expect a long, drawn-out match. Yeah, this should be a war, this game between these two. And like I mentioned briefly yesterday, I think whoever wins this game has a very decent shot of making it to the finals. Because, it's basically whoever wins the matchup between this game and Kerber, because that's who's going to end up playing each other.
Yeah.
But still, any shaky moments, Keys is known for being shaky. If she gives up an easy break, or even the other way, if Garcia gives up a break, Keys is very difficult to break. It can go 6-4, 6-4, and just miss that over too. So I wouldn't be too excited to be involved in this match. I think you can either wait it out to the next rounds to find something better, or try to find something else. But definitely, I mean, this has overwritten all over this matchup.
All right. Let's take a look now. Round 16 picks. Alex, I'll start with you. Men's and women's. What are you liking?
Okay, I'm going with the Djokovic versus Chung over 3.5 sets at 1.75. I like Osaka plus 1.5 sets at 1.69. I have Pliskova 2-0 straight sets with Strichova at 1.96. And I like Dominic Thiem versus Sandgren over 30.5 games on the Asian handicap at 1.71.
All right, going in strong. Taif, with your 100% record on camera, what are you liking?
All right, I have a feeling we're going to go 50-50, but let's hope not. I'm going to take I like Tennis Sandgren to win a set in that game, and you're going to get it even money, plus 2.5 sets. Team is not
plus
exactly
3.5 sets.
No, plus he just has to win one, plus 2.5.
But him. You're giving him an handicap of plus 2.5.
Yeah,
yes. Got it.
Tennis Sandgren plus 2.5, and it's
this is the same way that how you're playing over 3.5 sets in the game, something like that.
Exactly. If team wins a set.
Okay.
If tennis goes 3-0, you're safer with that.
But yeah, tennis has been. I've been really impressed with him. He's been very nice, solid mentally. He's been determined. So I think he's going to give a good showing for himself.
By the way, Natalie, this guy's name is for the sport. He's called Tennis Sandgren.
Yeah, his name is spelled tennis with a Y.
All right, so those are your tips. And what about you, Well Kappa? What have you got?
Sorry, I have not. Sorry, I missed. I have another.
All right, go on.
The Osaka match plus 4 on the game handicap 1.7. That's my nice bit. Sorry,
okay,
guys.
Nice. And Well Kappa, what have you got?
So as I like tennis as well. He's the last American in the tournament, and not necessarily one you would have predicted to be the last American in the tournament, but here we are. I think Team is by far and away the toughest competition he has faced in this tournament, or potentially in any major. I know he played Cilic at the U.S. Open. That was kind of a broken, beaten down Cilic, so I'm not sure that really counts as nearly as tough as Team is right now. Team looked outstanding versus Mannarino, and I would expect Team to kind of get a comfortable win here. I'm looking for Team probably 3-0. I'm looking for Djokovic 3-0 or 3-1. I would expect Federer to win 3-0, and then in the Berdych Fanini match has the greatest potential from where I sit of the men's side to go 5. These guys have been back and forth with each other their whole careers. Most of the games, other than when they played in the U.S. Open, Fanini kind of lost his cool after the first set and then just got double bageled. But other than that, they've played extremely competitive tennis when they faced each other head to head. I would expect more of the same here. Rather than take the games over here, I like the sets over 3.5 or sets over 4.5, probably a smaller play. And look for, I'm going to cross my fingers, Fanini pulls off the upset and wins here 3-2. So I think the rest of the men's matches are going to be kind of boring tonight, and the Fanini Berdych is going to be the drama.
Okay. Well, yeah, Manny just says, I've just shown any thoughts about Berdych to win first set and match, priced at 1.75. Any takers on that one?
Dangerous.
Yeah, to win the first set is reasonable because Fanini likes to start slow. And, Berdych, I could see Berdych winning the first pretty comfortably. The question is, does Fanini pull out his bag of tricks in the second, third, fourth, and hopefully fifth, and prevent that from cashing because he wins outright?
Right, Alex, you said dangerous.
Yeah, he's dangerous. I think that Berdych will win the match. I don't think that. I think that he's at one of his moments of his career, really strong tennis from him. I saw also against Del Potro. Who would say that Berdych will win 3-0 against Del Potro? It was an amazing match for him. He has the firepower to do once again 3-0 to straight sets against Fonini, but it's dangerous because with Fonini you never know. He's a really talented player, and he can do miracles against any kind of opponent. You never know. Maybe it's better to skip that market from my point of view.
All right, one to skip. Maybe one to watch, but one to skip. Okay, gonna wrap up now.
Sorry, Natalie, can I just add one more play?
Of course you can.
Yeah, Pliskova and Berdych, 2-team parlay, both of them on the money line for 1.847.
Okay, actually, that's a good question. Parlays. You were mentioning earlier, World Cupper, that you were looking at a parlay.
Well, parlays, I mean, this we talked about this in the last video we did. Parlays are the name of the game after round 2 is complete on the men's side because it just goes chalk, chalk, chalk. And we've seen that relatively play out. I would look for opportunities to parlay some of the set props, some of the set handicaps here. Djokovic minus 1.5 sets is a nice parlay piece. That gives you the opportunity to win if he goes 3-0 or 3-1. You get that one home. I like Team minus 1.5 as well as a nice parlay piece. And then Federer 3-0 is a nice parlay piece. I don't have a whole lot of confidence that Fukovic is going to be able to take a set off Federer tonight.
Okay, what about you, Alex? Any parlays you're looking at?
No. For tonight, I'm not playing parlays, but I like that one. Federer 3-0 at 3-0 at 1.34. Yeah, it's a good for a parlay. I will go further and I will say, as a single bet, Federer minus 8.5 games.
Okay. Got a question here as well. It says, what about keys to win the first set and match priced at 2?
We talked about this match earlier. I said that I'm going with a small stake on Garcia to win against Keys. But it's a 50-50 situation there. So on this style of matches, Keys versus Garcia or hopefully Hale versus Kerber, you cannot really decide what and how. So it's better to skip it. Maybe to play the over, as Taif said earlier, over 20.5, over 2.5 sets. That is a great way of playing single bets in this match.
All right, great stuff. Going to wrap things up. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on your Sunday. Hopefully, we'll get some sleep, guys, before the games commence. And please follow us on Twitter. We've got a whale_kappa. I've got Alex Need for tips. Myself, we've got Natalie Rydstrom. And then Taif, what's yours? If you want people to follow you, what's your Twitter handle?
At Taif, TYFE11. Taif 11.
Right. Fantastic stuff. Have a fantastic Sunday, everybody, and I'll see you next week.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.